were a lot of exciting and provocative moments in gaming in 2020, but for my favorite, I'm going painfully nostalgic. It's the opening to Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was already one of my favorite game openings of all time. They did it bigger, bolder, more bombastic. That pullout from Midgar, when that music hits, that was just a pure bliss moment. I played that part louder than any game I think I've ever played. We're talking pictures rattling and shaking off the walls, but it drowned out everything else going on in this godforsaken year. And I didn't necessarily love every direction the Final Fantasy VII Remake took, but for that moment, it was just pure happiness, and that was my favorite for sure.
My name is Chester from the state of Georgia in the United States. And this is my great gaming memory, besides the fact that in 2003, I beat Halo for the first time for one of the lows of my life. But I digress. 2013, it's Christmas time. I lose my job. I'm on the edge of being evicted. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to sell my PS3. A friend of mine gives me a code for $10 on Microsoft Live. I use it to buy The Wolf Among Us Season 1 on Xbox 360. And basically it keeps me sane through that holiday. 2014, get my PS3 back, buy a PS4 because I had to return the one I pre-ordered in 2013, and I buy Dragon Age Inquisition when I really couldn't afford it. But again, I'm all alone on Christmas, can't go into my family because we're broke, and it saves my sanity. 2015, same thing, all alone on Christmas. Divinity Original Sin console edition saves my sanity. So that's why I love game devs. You guys have not probably saved my sanity, but saved my life. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
My favorite gaming moment of the year is going to be a weird one because it's just the video game industry as a whole. I work primarily in film and television, and I had to watch those industries kind of just shut down. But the gaming industry really soldiered on. Everyone was flexible and adapted really quickly. Whether you're on the game press side covering games, a game player just playing games, or game developers making games, everyone rallied together and made this year a lot easier to deal with. And there was something for everybody. There were family-friendly games like Animal Crossing, you could visit each other's cities. There was AAA experiences like Last of Us 2 and Cyberpunk, and a slew of great indie games. So I just want to give a shout out to the video game industry as a whole for helping just make this year a little bit more bearable.
My favorite gaming moment of 2020 has to be when the fine folks over at Martinpole gave a bunch of us PSVR content creators early access to their game Alvo. And myself and 9 other PSVR streamers got together and just had a wonderful time just killing each other like we were all teenagers again. It was just fantastic fun, and it allowed me to turn my reviewer brain off and just enjoy VR gaming for what it is. My second favorite moment has to be the wonderful masks I gave Mr. Victor Lucas. They didn't turn out as intended.
We're thinking about, what the heck is that? That's creepy. No, don't do that.
This is a mask that my friend the VR Grid sent to me. This is actually my face, but it's blown up a little bit.
Oh my god.
But still, we're pretty good for a laugh, so those are my 2 favorite gaming moments of 2020.
What the hell is wrong? Don't take that.
I remember being young and playing video games and having things happen that would blow my mind and make me go, how is this real? How is this possible? And I feel like we have gotten so many of those moments. I've gotten so many of these moments this year. And so many of them are taking me directly back to my childhood and really showing me how far video games have come. The 2 examples I have are Final Fantasy VII Remake and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remake. 2 examples of 2020 games that have no right to be as successful as they are in taking everything I remembered about loving these classic video games and somehow making them feel fresher than ever. There is a boss fight in Final Fantasy VII Remake early on, the Airbuster fight. It's a classic where the boss battle theme kicks in and it is fully orchestrated with the full choir, full live guitars, all this stuff. And as I am shifting between Cloud, Barret, and Tifa, taking this boss down, I am immediately thrown back to being 8 years old, playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and just seeing it with my imagination, seeing through the polygons to something so much more. And we are now able to play what that game meant to me, what that game looked like in my head. The same thing with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. All of these memories, all the hundreds of hours of me just going over and over and over in a line in the warehouse, listening to Superman by Goldfinger, to see it and feel it and have that muscle memory come back, being able to know exactly how to hit a combo in every single level right as we start. I love that I have grown with video games, and video games have grown with me.